Okay, welcome to Gen X Medic. We're here to talk about a nurse who made an error and EMS magazines that can't seem to tell the truth. They've got to downplay or sensationalize for no other reason than clicks. Because let's be honest, that's the only thing that matters. Nurse Redonda Vaught made a medication error. She's going to go to prison. Now, I plan on doing a video on whether I consider that fair or not, because if I'm covering this, I need to cover that just personal opinion. But let's talk about this. See, you've got time to get back in that Wayback Machine back when I was new in EMS, and the biggest form of communication we had were trade magazines. And the two biggest were EMS magazine and JEMS. JEMS was the more respected of the two where I was from, harder to get a hold of, and it had such luminaries as Tom Dick in it. They were great about patient advocacy, really tended to stay ahead of the game on a lot of what we would now call evidence-based medicine at the time. And sometimes they put out stuff that really wasn't popular with the people who were advertising in their magazine, but they put it out anyway. So, from where I'm coming from, I considered them a respectable source. So when they start putting out clickbaity headlines, it's rather irritating to say the least. It's harmful to their credibility, and it's harmful to EMS in general. So when they put in a nurses are concerned about this decision, and they say it's about a dosage error. It doesn't sound like a big deal if you're a civilian, but to someone who's an EMS or a nurse, doctor, anyone who's involved in medicine, they understand that there's a big difference in giving the wrong amount of a medication and giving the wrong medication. Now, once more, you're not going to sit here and see me dogpiling this nurse for making an error because she did what she was supposed to, in my opinion. But what I am going to say is that if you're an EMS trade magazine and trying to put out good information and you can't get that right, you're doing a disservice to your readers, and you're doing a disservice to those of us who used to have a high level of respect for you. We live in a time where it seems like people don't want words to have meaning. And those words do have meanings. And when you're in medicine, the preciseness of your phrasing matters. Because sometimes verbal and written communication ensures continuity of care for your patients. So if you're communicating with people like that, it matters. Because if you're an industry leader and you're not presenting that in a proper manner, you're telling people, well, it's okay to be wrong on your documentation. It's okay to be wrong in your communication. I think we've all been imprecise in our language, but we'll usually let I said that wrong. You let them know, right? And then GEMS can't even do this right. I mean, everyone who works for them is in medicine. They know this, or they should. How does the publication that had Tom Dick teaching tips and tricks and how to talk to patients turn into this type of crap. You know, maybe I held you on a pedestal for a long time, JEMS. Maybe that's on me, okay? Maybe that's wrong of me. But I expect better. You know, if you were presenting a podcast and you had some guy who was still advocating for backboarding and C-collaring patients who stubbed their toe, you know, it's real likelihood that people will be coming down on you. Well, if your language can't be precise, especially in a matter like this, we need to come down on you. My next video is going to be on just culture and how this is going to affect it. This is Gen X Medic signing off.